I just got word from Irene. News of our little prison break is spreading like wildfire. The entire kingdom is terrified of their king. It's no wonder this would make the rounds. We're in way over our heads if the people expect us to lead a revolution. We wouldn't stand a chance against the full force of Eric's army. Well, for one thing, any advantage we once had from secrecy is completely evaporated. The whole country knows we're back. You especially, Irving. What could I have done in 2 weeks to be singled out? It must be the sorcerer's doing. He knows best of all what happened at Swift Harbor.
It is a troubling thought, but it's likely Varric will try anything he can to get to you. Do you have any close friends or family who might be within his reach? In Brookstead, perhaps?
My mother. As far as I know, she's still there. I hadn't even thought of that. Would they not have taken her already? Varric's been long out of favor with his people. An unjustified witch hunt against a fallen war hero's family would only fan the flames. Well, if he needed justification, he just got it. We have to make sure that doesn't happen. I won't let my family pay for actions they didn't take.
I hate to be the one to say it, but I can't be the only one thinking this.
You're not. Irving, we have to consider the possibility that returning to Brookstead is just what Varric expects of us.
Strength is the only path to peace.
Then we fight with a strength he can't expect. No plot is going to keep me from my mother.
Right.
Nor me from my father.
Alden.
Alden and I have family there too.
Right away.
It's settled then. Irving, we're with you all the way. Lead on. Every minute we waste imperils family and friends. But okay then. Maybe we should have thought of this a little earlier, but we were busy.
Well, let's get to talking some more. And then we'll figure out our wonderful inventory stuff. Wow, lots of talking. Okay, yep, this is going to be a Bonds episode. Let's save now.
And start talking. Irving, Sarah.
Was that strange for you? Passing through Aramor again after all we've been through? Many other words came to mind before strange. But yes, I suppose it was.
What does come to mind?
It was sobering, I think. A reminder of all we stand to lose, and all that's already lost. You're speaking of Alaris. Yes, I am. I saw it too when we were crossing the border.
Of course.
Hard to miss, really. I used to think the stories were exaggerated. Stories often are. But this one wasn't. I can only guess the city once had structures because some of the piles of soot and debris are larger than others. Don't let yourself forget what you saw, Irving. Someday you may find it useful to remember the kind of destruction people are capable of. I just can't believe anyone can look at those ashes and feel proud of what they've done. I don't imagine anyone does. If I had to guess, I'd say there's not a soul out there who feels remotely responsible for it on a personal level. Not even Varric. That's what can come with the wrong type of obedience. I don't know that I'll see it restored to its former glory in my lifetime.
Does King Darius have no plans to rebuild it?
I wouldn't expect so. At least not before some kind of an armistice is established. No use in setting up walls only for others to come and knock them down. That makes sense. Had you ever been? Before, I mean. I had. Several times with my family. It was always such a vibrant and bustling place. And its great hall of history. I can still hear our tutor teaching us about it now. Constructed by the renowned architect, Entheos the Magnificent, to commemorate the founding of this hub of trade.
That sounds quite impressive.
It was. Its windows were designed to cast shadows on the floor, and the walls which told the story of the city's founding. As the sun's path changed with the seasons, new parts of those scenes were revealed.
Any chance part of it still stands under all that rubble?
Perhaps a slim one. It was likely the sturdiest building for miles around, but even so, I'm sure the damage is immense.
From what I understand, the city was built by Delians and Aramorans alike, wasn't it?
You're well studied.
And maybe Delians and Aramorans can join hands once more for its reconstruction.
If peace comes soon enough, who knows? Perhaps we might walk in its streets again someday. That's a pleasant thought, Irving. I'll try and hold on to that.
Oh, well that's a good thought. Okay, Irving is done talking. He has enough on his mind.
Sarah, does being out in the wild ever remind you of the royal gardens? All the time? Yeah, me too. I miss them. The gentle waterfalls, the emerald parakeets chirping away in the willows. I miss the quiet. Samara, you hated the gardens.
No.
Sorry, Sarah, that would be incorrect. I hated not being allowed to leave the gardens. That never lasted very long anyway. thanks to me. Yes, thanks to you. You were absolutely impossible. No, sneaking out unnoticed was impossible, supposedly, which is exactly why I had to do it. I think you've proven my case.
Are you sure?
Let's not forget the part you played convincing Mother to secure us some more freedom. That's my big sister, Ever the diplomat. Half-sister. Maybe, but it's clear we both inherited the stubborn half.
Surely not.
I prefer to say persistent. There's that diplomacy again. Are you capable of giving it a rest when you talk to your sister? Forgive me, your half-sister. I think we both know the answer to that question. That's right, yes, you're more than capable. And here I'd almost forgotten. Had you? What a pleasant thought. Do hang on to that dream. Sure will. Okay. Oh, siblings, sometimes. By the sun, Orima, you look like you've seen a ghost.
A ghost of the past, perhaps. Sometimes they come to me. Flashes of what was.
I'm sure our skirmishers pale in comparison to the glory of the arena.
The arena. Quite the opposite. Then I fought to take down those who would challenge me. Now, we fight to preserve something we love, and to create something worth loving.
I still remember the first time I watched you fight.
As do I.
Surely not.
Do you really?
We were always informed when the royal family was in attendance.
But Samar and I weren't meant to be there.
That would explain why your stepmother dragged you two kicking and screaming from the stands.
Then you remember it well. But they were too late. We saw the spectacle we came for, and it was marvelous.
I contended with Rala the Adamant that day.
And with such grace, it was like watching a dancer, and a spider circling its prey all at once.
Rala was not the most challenging contender I faced. I'm glad to know I made an impression.
Of course.
I wouldn't say you've ceased to do that. I can confidently speak for the rest of us when I say your techniques inspires us still.
Honored. That is kind praise, Sarah.
You are welcome.
And well deserved.
If you insist.
I do.
Thae'lanel.
You are one of the exiled, a descendant of Thae'lanel.
And you are a careful student of well-read scholars.
I was a captive audience. Paying attention was the most effective strategy I could find for relieving my boredom. But learning your people's history was something different. I was enraptured by it.
You've walked Terra but 20 years now, yes?
A few more.
How can this be?
Then how could you even learn my own history, let alone my people's?
I don't claim to know it in any great length or detail, but there are some scenes that are woven into the fabric of my mind like great tapestries.
And tapestries were woven indeed, though if I had to make a wager, I would not expect so much as a thread from any to ever leave Valdera.
Your people guard their history?
Do yours not?
Of course.
They do, but the pride of your people seems unmatched.
Because it is.
And is there no danger in that?
If you must know.
There is great danger in it. It risks the downfall of our entire nation, but it is also one of the great sources of our strength.
So a sword has two sharp edges.
And a throwing star, more still.
This world is a dangerous place. I remind you of that more and more each day.
A throwing star! Elven throwing stars, we've got to find one of those. Maybe we can equip Thae'lanel with it. You are nobility among your people, correct?
I am.
It's been many years since I traveled to Delia. Would you mind telling me one of your traveling companions?
I'm intrigued.
Depends on what you're asking.
My interest is simply cultural. You know that all of my kin are adepts.
I am. I read of the exile while studying in my youth.
I wish to know more about Orima, the Senari.
I don't get it.
And you come to me for a history lesson? I don't know anything about him.
If you must know.
Not for a history lesson. Your lack of familiarity with his history is why I sought you out. I wish to know how he has acted since joining you.
Huh. He's not very talkative, but he's definitely had his share of bravery and honor. Seems like he really cares deeply about the cause, even with no personal stake. Not sure what to make of that.
He is of singular purpose.
You could say that, yes. He conducts himself with grace, never oversteps his bounds.
He is nothing like the Orima that fought in the arenas many years ago.
Acceptable.
I don't expect so. I would imagine he settled down a great deal in his long isolation.
I hope so. Thank you for indulging my interest. As you have a familiarity with my people, I hope you do not find my presence distasteful.
Who am I to judge?
Okay, interesting. Sloane the informant. Of course. Okay, Bianca. Monroe. Probably going to butt heads again. Maybe Monroe has a good reason for not liking peasants.
probably something like, oh, they usually aren't very open-minded or something. Which is ironic, because he is clearly not open-minded towards peasants. But who knows? That may not be a thing.
Tell me what you know of Joyce.
How cute.
I thought you didn't have time for commoner harlots like myself.
Ouch. Ouch. It's been eating at me for some time. I'm a slave to my own curiosity.
Interesting. I wonder where that comes from.
Explain.
What did she say about me? I must know.
What now?
First, you have to tell me why you need to hear it so badly. Is it textbook arrogance, or genuine infatuation with Joyce?
You're hardly giving me good options to pick from. I don't appreciate having words put in my mouth.
Yeah, no kidding. Maybe you should think about that before you do the same to other people.
I'm not here for a lecture in ethics, Bianca. I am here to learn what Joyce said, and nothing more.
You still haven't answered why you care?
Absurd.
Black Abyss, fine. You want to know so blasted badly why I care? I love gossip, and I can't stand knowing people talk about me behind my back.
Who'da thunk?
You're a gossip? That explains so much.
I wouldn't appreciate you sharing that information. Now, tell me.
Okay, that is pretty funny. Oh, this is too good. All right, deal's a deal. Joyce used to come by the shop all the time. She told me you hated her guts, and she hadn't the slightest clue why.
That's ridiculous. We barely ever spoke. Why would I care about her one way or the other?
Could we?
Okay, she didn't say that. I was baiting you to get more information.
Fool.
Will you just tell me already?
She said that she'd heard you were thinking of leaving Etling for a while. Spread your wings a little bit.
Did she? I wonder who told her. I was far from open about it.
And you did, didn't you?
Naturally.
That's why I was on a Ford ship in the first place, yes?
Interesting.
Quit looking at me like that.
Not even.
I don't think I will, gossiper.
Oh, that is pretty funny. See, yep.
I have something private to ask you about. You're good with this sort of thing. What sort of thing? Well, romance, wooing people. What in the world would make you think I'm good at that sort of thing?
Huh?
I mean, look at you. You were a barmaid. You've told me stories about using people's emotions to get a bigger tip. Seems like you've got it down. Oh, Bianca, that's not the same thing as romance. Wish it were. I'd be a baroness by now. I can try, though. What are we working with? Well, I found myself thinking non-stop about someone, and I want to show them that I care more than they know right now. Haven't had much occasion to do so.
Really?
Bianca, we're in the middle of a war if you hadn't noticed.
Not even.
So you're going to act like you and Garrick don't have a little thing going on? I resent that. You can't use my own situation against me like that, you snake. You're the queen of doing that.
Aren't you clever?
Okay, fine, but you have to tell me who it is. I promise you I won't gossip about it, though I can't promise I won't want to. As long as you don't tell Garrick, that man has a mouth bigger than the spire. Don't I know it? Oh, come on. That's just gross. You know what I meant.
Come on.
Spit it out, girl. Okay, it's Samara. Samara, but she's so regal. I thought we agreed that you're a country gal at heart. Yeah, but she gets me somehow. Not really sure how to put it into words right now. That's why I'm here. Fair enough, even if I think Alexa is a much better match.
No thanks.
You're such a bonehead. Kidding, kidding. Let's see if we can't snag you a princess, huh? Roses are red, roses are blue.
Okay. Well, interesting.
Has she talked with Samara? She has. Okay.
I did not get that undertone at all. And there's Alexa. Okay, so.
Okay. Well, let's see. Lincoln and Maeve. Captain, I hear you've been with Irving's battle group from the start.
At the start, it wasn't Irving's metal group. I was charged with their command.
Yet I don't imagine it was your decision to defect, unless I'm mistaken.
That decision was one we made together, and not one of us took it lightly.
I'm sure that's true. Well, allow me to assure you it was the right one. Varric is impervious to reason.
Actually,
I have it on good authority that his demeanor fell sharply before the war, and he's only unraveled further since. On what authority exactly?
Intelligence, from a contact within his inner circle.
I'll not trust the whispers of spies any more than the word of an oathbreaker.
That doesn't leave us much to choose between.
No.
But I've heard enough of both to make up my mind.
very well.
Trust that I have no intention of trying to change it.
Forgive me.
I only wish to commend you for your leadership. Without it, I'm not sure Irving would have come to his father unharmed, or that we'd know what we do of the aspects.
With honor.
I appreciate your words, Grand Inquisitor. If my actions have served not only Delia, but Terrazeo at large in some way, I'm grateful for it.
Then you have cause to be grateful indeed.
Okay. Thae'lanel. Wow, he actually has a lot of people to talk to. Cool. We're finally making you a socialite, Thae'lanel.
It's another kind of elf.
You're not one for sea travel, eh?
What makes you say that?
The way you move tells me everything. You're about as grounded as anyone I've ever seen.
I believe that to be meant as a compliment.
Calm down.
Just an observation. I have a healthy respect for people born with land legs as much as I have a respect for those born with sea legs. I'm quite sure that no one alive was born with sea legs. They are acquired through frequent travel. Doesn't seem odd to you to explain sea legs to a sailor? It would only seem odd if the sailor were correct. Mighty convenient way of you to put it, my friend. The way I see it, the only truth in this world is that which comes out of my mouth. That was a joke? Of course. I don't know a thing, but I'll act like I do. Does admitting this not spoil the point of acting that way?
Look, kid.
Point? I'm not looking to make a point. I'm just me. I like how he calls the ancient elf a kid. I don't think I understand. I don't think you understand either. Okay. Well, alright then. Okay then. Elias, my fellow adept.
Are you aware? Okay, so is this Elias or Thae'lanel? I'm betting it's Elias.
Are you aware of your aura?
Aura?
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Elias. And you are? Apologies, I've found myself drawn to you. I am Thae'lanel, Maeve's warden. Right. Now, I suppose I should ask what in the world you mean by my aura.
You have a strange aura, one I haven't seen in many years.
Yes, I gathered that from the first question. I'm more concerned with what an aura actually is.
It is a magical essence that you emanate. I have the capability to view auras, though I would appreciate that you not share that information.
Ridiculous.
Sure, is this some fortune-telling stuff?
If you must know.
It is anything but, young Elias. It is an ancient ability of my people, and something that has been lost for millennia.
I see. So what do you see around me then?
You have massive reserves of arcana. Are you aware of the soul magic that clerics of Coeli Sumash can use?
I've been acquainted recently, yes?
There are ways to access that same power source without dedication to the gods. Our shared blood as adepts allows us a backdoor of sorts to it.
Impossible.
So what are you saying?
Adept blood is inherently blessed?
Anything but. It is not a clean access. I am unsure how to explain without showing you, and it is dangerous to say the least.
Hold on.
What exactly does this have to do with my aura then?
Your body was built to access those reserves. It suffuses you, even now, unknowing.
I'm not sure I'm happy to hear that unknown magic is following me around.
It is forbidden.
Nor am I happy to see it. It is a dangerous, deadly force. You must be taught to control it before it is allowed to control you.
I assume you're just the teacher for the job.
Perhaps I can help.
I am unsure that I want to get involved, but I am your best option. Shall we begin tomorrow morning?
I'm with you.
I guess I don't have a choice. Okay, interesting.
Maybe that explains Elias's awesome stats to some degree, or his very well-spread spread. I don't know. Princess Samara, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. It's just Samara. It's nice to meet you too. Funnily enough, it almost feels strange to be referred to as princess. We've been gone so long with people who don't care for that sort of title. It took me by surprise for a second. I apologize if I have caused discomfort. I am simply accustomed to using honorary titles. No discomfort at all. It's all right. You just surprised me. Were you coming by to ask me for something? I only wish to pay you a compliment. I find that the grace you carry yourself with is stunning. I thank you. That's very kind of you to say. There are a great many who do not understand the burden one takes on when dedicating their life to the service of another. Unfortunately so. How much do you know about me and my past? I can't imagine you picked up on that part just by watching me these past few days. I am warden to one of the foremost political savants in the world. I hear all sorts of things about all sorts of royalty. So, Maeve keeps tabs on Airmore, then? Maeve keeps tabs on anything with a pulse and a capability to destroy.
If you say so.
Yeah, she might want to remove that first parameter for the time being. News of the undead is troubling. It is a rare power to develop. Rarer still in the quantities you have encountered. You fought with necromancers before? I have. I suspect maybe the same necromancer as yours, over 200 years ago. I have not had occasion to do so since. Thank the gods for that. Hopefully we can make this the last time. Hopefully. I don't anticipate it living another 200 years. So how old is Thae'lanel? This is a question.
Okay, Orima, Samara.
How did you do it?
You're not fond of embellishment, are you?
I'm fond of getting to the point.
No argument there. Though I will need to know just what point you hope to get to.
You know what I mean, all of it. Orima the Sonari, victor of 100 contests and longest standing champion of the arena. Son of a fighter, yes, but your success was an act of will, not fate.
Those titles came only at the end of a long span of training.
But how did you motivate yourself to get through it?
You don't seem to have any trouble finding motivation.
No.
I have you keeping me accountable, and the challenges we face thrusting us into battle. Without that, I don't know if I've had the resolve to improve myself.
Resolve is only enough until it breaks, and even motivation is a fleeting tailwind. What you need is inspiration, a drive that takes its roots in your highest devotion. Tell me, what sparked your desire to ask for my help?
They're counting on us.
We face greater and greater threats each day. The choice is simple, improve or fail.
I doubt it was fear of failure. Look deeper.
I've always wanted to command the battlefield like the great fighters I've seen.
Is that truly your highest devotion?
I'm at a loss then. I don't know what it is.
Be patient with yourself. Sit with the question for a while. The answer will come.
More waiting then?
Yes, more waiting. Hurry up and wait. That's what they say, right? Oh, man.
Monroe and Ford.
You seem rather pleased with yourself, Captain.
I do my best.
That's because I am. We made it out of the shimmering mists in record time. I sure know how to catch a tailwind. I made that tailwind. Huh? You mean like you made it with a spell?
Naturally.
Precisely. All of it? Surely there was some sort of breeze to begin with.
Look, kid.
Some sort of breeze? Alright, let's not overestimate your role here. I know that temptation well enough, but you've got to keep it in check to be realistic.
Absurd.
Why am I allowing a washed-up smuggler to lecture me on what it means to be realistic?
Whoa there!
Now, no need to get nasty just because I'm right. Yes, of course. My false life withers in the harsh light of your profound truth-telling. A bit dramatic, but that's more like it. Ignoramus. Call me ignorant all you want, but the name's Ford, not Amos.
Ugh.
I'm not even going to respond to that. Mission accomplished. Oh, Ford. Okay, who else is Monroe? Aha, Iris. There we go. Well, I have to say, when we boarded that ship for Varroa, I wasn't expecting to end up peasant side of a Delian revolution.
I'm not sure the role of revolutionary suits you.
I'm sure of it.
Hardly, but politics, that does suit me. And it looks like there will be need of my strong suit yet.
Do you think that will help you settle in better?
I feel settled. Sufficiently. Why? Do I seem otherwise?
No, forgive me. I didn't mean to imply anything like that. It's just something I think about.
Iris, you've no cause to worry about not settling in or whatever it is that's on your mind. Your skills as an adept fiercely rival the others. I could hardly imagine a greater boon for the group than bringing us along with them after our voyage.
Thanks, Monroe. I appreciate that.
If it sounds like flattery, it's only the truth.
If you say so.
Naturally, flattery is beneath you.
Naturally.
Of course. I love those little voice lines in there. Naturally. Oh, man. Okay, and he can also talk to Rose and Alexa.
Still hasn't talked with Sophia, huh? Probably the most peasant-y type person here. Wonder what they would talk about. Probably better. He'd be a great cause of peace.
You're on quite the little vacation now, aren't you, Princess?
No.
Vacation isn't the word I would use.
Was it the accommodations? Sorry I didn't have the luxury suite ready for you when you boarded. Old Humpback's reliable, but she's not accustomed to royal passengers.
Her accommodations were just fine, thank you.
Sure thing.
I'll be sure to let her know.
Is there a problem you'd like to discuss, Captain?
Oh no, not at all. We just come from very different worlds, you and I. Not sure what it's like to sleep on a pile of gold, but I bet I get used to it after a while.
We do come from very different worlds. I'd love to know what it's like to choose who and what to be responsible for.
Perfect.
Ah, that's right. Life of luxury thrust upon you by the sands of fate, eh?
There are plenty enough days where I traded away in an instant.
And a lot more where you wouldn't, I'd bet.
We must each make peace with our lot in this life, Captain.
One of your tutors teach you that?
I think we're done here.
Calm down.
Aw, come on. I was just starting to have some fun.
Okay. I wanted to apologize for snapping at you earlier. We needed a captain and you were there for us. You deserve better than anger.
Whoa there!
You call that snapping? Ah, I've known babies who bite harder than that.
Yes, well, I'm not really the angry type. The point is in the intent. I was angry and lashed out at you.
What?
Point in the intent, eh? I hate to risk another snapping, but I beg to differ that intent matters.
I don't think I understand. What matters if not what we mean?
Actions, little lassie, actions. How many hundreds have I met who hide behind good intent? It's easy to hide behind, even if you don't know you're hiding.
I don't know.
I'm not sure I like the implications there. Our whole species learns through blunder. Children who violate social norms just to be chided and learn. We never really grow out of it. Who draws the line?
I do, of course. All this talk of our species is too big a scale for me. I don't give a rat's butt about people and children. I care about you and I in this moment, nothing more.
Well, it certainly sounds liberating, if not fulfilling.
There you are with the big words. Spend less time concerned with the lives of others and more time concerned with your own. You might like how it makes you feel.
So much for a quick apology. I don't think you understand me at all.
Look, kid.
Maybe not, maybe not. I don't much care either way. Clearly, you're itching to exit from our little exchange here, so let me learn you a thing or two about seafaring folk. The waves don't care if you intend to cross them. They're going to crash on your ship either way. I don't much care if they intend to stop me. I'll cross the jerks either way. Simple that way.
Really?
So you don't care that I was angry and yelled at you?
Not even a little bit. I'm still standing here having a jolly old time, aren't I? Might want to take some notes.
I might at that.
Okay, interesting.
I skipped over some people.
Ford, back to you. Elias?
Ford, as a man of the sea, do you ever wonder what strange horrors might be out there, lurking in the depths?
Look, kid.
You don't have to wonder when you've seen them, my friend.
Impossible.
Have you really seen some? Man, I don't think I could ever set sail after that.
Yeah, most of the big stuff you see in the southern tropics where the water's warmer. Larger surface area helps them regulate their body heat. I'm impressed. I didn't know you took an interest in marine biology.
No chance.
I don't, but I transported someone who did once. Field research isn't my preferred work, but hey, this guy could pay. Son of a Nulasian count or something. I knew the type. More coin than anyone can count in a lifetime. No intention of allowing anyone to forget that fact. Yeah, this one was tolerable enough at least, and interesting. But I definitely learned there are parts of the sea that are better avoided. I'll take note of that. Done much sailing before our little trip? None at all.
Mwah,
Well,
perfecto.
Consider yourself lucky then. You got your introduction from the best tour guide the seas have to offer. Though not exactly the most humble one. That's not a title I'll ever claim. I'm not sure you'd have much luck if you did. Ho ho ho. There's Fenton. Still haven't really done much with him since he's level 28, which is already ahead of most people. Can I take you up on your previous offer?
Hold on.
Excuse me?
You offered to learn from me so that I might learn something better. I think I need that.
Careful.
Oh, right. I offer a lot of things. Perhaps more than I can handle at times. You'll have to be more clear next time.
I'm following.
I'll have to inquire on that later, as interesting as it is. Feeling ready to learn some metaphysics?
Sure thing.
I'm not sure what that is, but I'm all in if that's what you need.
You're really just the helpful type, aren't you? I like that. Alright, here's the problem that we're running into.
Hold on.
Sorry, but who is we?
Sarah, Corbin, and I. Do you really need to ask? Anyway, what isn't adding up with the aspects is that by all accounts, humans aren't capable of handling enough power to channel 2 of them.
Yeah, we've seen the necromancer do that.
And whoever that was on the battlefield, there's no chance that could have been achieved unaided.
You're doing a lot of questioning and not a lot of teaching.
I am uninitiated, unless you must spell out what you think to me in simple terms. Right. The eternal aspects seem to amplify power, rather than create it. But they require a certain level of power to activate in the first place.
Fascinating.
This makes no sense.
We've been testing different techniques out on the ones we have, but neither Sarah nor I can get 2 to work at once.
However,
Corvin was able to activate 2 at once, but not 3.
Perhaps.
so you think that moon elves are capable of maybe using 2 aspects?
That's the running theory.
Hold on.
Have you considered that there are hundreds of other minute differences between you, Sarah, and Corvin that could explain it as well?
No, I haven't. Sort of silly of me, huh?
Not silly. You're focused. It's easy to get too far into your work and forget to check all your points.
We need a bigger sample.
I'm with you.
You need a bigger sample. Luckily, you've got one adept in front of you that's happy to experiment with dangerous magic.
Lucky for me.
Okay. New plan. Buff Elias to the wazoo. Got it. Would that work in game? Or I'm betting that's just story. I bet mechanically that doesn't work in the game. But oh well. I know you warned me that you would make me a killer, but I don't think I knew what that meant at the time. No one ever does. Am I not your first student? No, you are. But how do you think I learned? I think I know what you're feeling better than you might expect. Truthfully, it's hard to picture you not made of hardened steel and emotionally invincible.
You can't be serious.
Is that honestly how you see me? Is that not what you are?
No.
I'm a regular person underneath all my posturing. I thought you might have seen that by now. But after everything you've been through? Yes, I'm excellent at controlling my thoughts and emotions. It doesn't hurt me to kill, nor do I regret anything about how my life has gone.
Could have fooled me.
That doesn't sound all that much like a regular person to me. I'm not great at the expressing myself portion of personhood. So how did you learn to get over it? These last few fights have started to weigh on me. You've taught me well, but it's scary to be good at something so violent. You've grown so much in such a short time. Truthfully, I don't want for you what happened to me. That you're hurting shows me that you're still good. I don't think you want to lose that.
Really?
Don't you want me to become the best killing machine there is? No, Sia, the furthest from that. I see in you a lot of what I expect my young self should have been like. You're a better person by half than I ever got the chance to be. I don't think you're as bad as you make yourself out to be, Brooke. Look at how much you've helped me. You've done a lot for many of us, honestly. Training you has been a privilege, Sia. Thank you for seeing the warrior in me. Aw. Okay. Nothing else there. Scooch. To Alexa. Hey, we do have a convo. Rose, where have you been all day? I needed your input. Around? Be honest with me. Alright, I was taking a nap. A really long nap.
Come on.
Rose, we are at war. What in the world makes you think it is okay to take a nap? I never asked to go to war. No, but here you are. If you're negligent, you'll be on the fast track to getting yourself killed. Oh, it's not like you would care. You just need my archery to fulfill your vendetta. Oh ho, some spice from little red-haired Rose. Huzzah, huzzah.
Sorry.
You know I didn't mean that. Don't apologize. You have to stop doing that. Remember what I drilled into you in prison? I know. What was it?
Really?
Do I have to say it? Yes, of course you have to say it. Say it until my ears bleed. All or nothing. What was that? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
All or nothing.
Oh, man. That's pretty good. Okay, that is all of our conversation. Let's get set up with our inventory. We have 3 weapon 1 tokens, 5 weapon 2 tokens. Irving's Gladius is probably worth upgrading to a broadsword. Let's do that. Sarah, we definitely need to upgrade her. The question is with what? I mean, I feel like Arcane Blast we might want to do, except we kind of need her to be dodgy. Hitting means she can give other people more accuracy. Okay, we're just going missiles. We're just going with missiles. It's just too consistent. Too good and consistent. Okay. Plus, arcane magic just seems very good in this game against plate armor. And frankly, that is one of the biggest obstacles in the game to get through. Don't have a tier 3 token for my partisan yet. Fenton, we could upgrade you a little more, but we don't need to yet. Our healers don't really need it yet. Thae'lanel and Orima, on the other hand, I kind of want to get... Monroe. We could upgrade his Surge. That gives it more accuracy. Energized Bolt. Okay, Ford. I do like Ford so far. He has been very good to have in the front with his high defense. Elias, you're probably fine. Sia is done, basically. Samara. We could upgrade her a bit more. She has pretty good magic stats right now. Which does make me want to maybe see what transfusion becomes, but my best get is most stats are similar to other weapons at the end. Not sure. Benji. Garrick. Alden is basically pretty much done. Okay, Alexa. So for her, she gains power with every tile she travels, and crit chance. I am tempted to give her Trident, just to make her hit like a truck. Which sounds really fun to me. I haven't checked Rose's stats yet. Short bow's always pretty good to go with. So that's probably what we'll do. And since I think they start at level 26, and they're not at 27 yet, they will have to catch up. Okay, Helena, I probably should give Trident to at some point, but we're still leaning into the Partisan right now. Ren, I haven't seen in a while. He should be good with the Gladius, I think. And then, yeah, we've got that stuff. Okay, so I kind of want stat items, I think. Or alternatively, Meteor +1. It's never a bad idea to get more health. And we know the cap for health is pretty high, at least for knights. I don't know for every other class. Yeah, we could have gotten the raw egg if we'd killed the sister last time, potentially. I've got a toast, jar of milk. Honestly, it feels like dexterity is one of the things people lack the most. Luck is apparently never bad in Fire Emblem, probably never bad here either. Curious. I don't know what I want to do. So weapons are always useful. Stats are pretty much always useful. Alright. Let's get a couple of tier 3s, a couple more tier 2s, tier 1s. Yeah. Okay. Spending the money on upgrades. Okay. So, we could upgrade Uchigatana. Seems like a good plan for Irving. Then we don't need to worry about his dexterity because he will already hit pretty well. Katana! The peak of Najin craftsmanship. Difficult to wield and extremely rare outside of Hao Fen. Interesting. How did Irving get a hold of one, I wonder? I do kind of want your Mystic Volley to be upgraded so you can actually deal damage. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Okay, we can give Fenton a wee bit more of that. Wait, upgrade. There we go. Alright. Let's definitely go back to Rose. I'll have to think on her stats. Can I click shift and just see? Yes, I can. Okay. She has a very high strength, decent dexterity, kind of low speed. So, kind of like Sophia before. I think we could go Warbow or the crazy accurate bow. I think that's what we do. So let's see. Rose. The longbows seem to get pretty insane. Yeah, just look at the difference in accuracy. So 7 becomes 9 on the Volg for most people. It looks like accuracy on the longbow is just higher in general. Interesting. Warbow damage is also pretty high. Wow, spears just don't seem as good for some reason, it would appear. Weird. Yeah, magic seems to have, in general, a higher attack power as well. Okay, well, anyway, we either go Warbow or we go Longbow. Let's make you a sure shot. Why not? Hit your mark whenever you try. Alexa, give you another Trident upgrade. The Dongpa. Not sure exactly what that means, but I'm sure it's cool. Good. Make Ren better. Corvin does have trouble keeping up with everybody, doesn't he? That's an option. Anybody else? Garrick, maybe? Maybe, since he seems to struggle with hitting things sometimes.
Surge. You know what? We use that pretty often. I do want you to be upgraded to energized boat, much like Monroe. Ford, you know what? We are going to upgrade your Gladius a little bit. Okay. Then we'll call that an episode. Leave a like, dear viewer, if you have enjoyed preparations for the homecoming. Subscribe for more gaming videos. Comment below on whether you think we will get all the bonds done in this game. And I hope you have a great day, dear viewer.